Hey guys, it's Heather, and today I'm just gonna kind of do a little catch up with me, okay? So I'm sitting on my back deck enjoying the warmth because the last, 4 days we haven't gotten out of the 70s here. Some weird front has come through, and we had, it was Thursday night last week, I can't remember when it was, but we had torrential downpours. The sky turned yellow and we had sideways rain. And I mean, my trees in my backyard, I started wondering if they were going to break and fall in my pool, ruin the deck, ruin the, just, it was wicked. It was wicked. We walked out front to watch a little bit, and our neighbors were out front watching too. It was just really kind of a creepy time. But it's been kind of crazy. I have not done any filming this week. I did just recently, today, start working on comments and stuff. I did have a couple of videos that went up this week, Monday and Tuesday, I think. And normally I do 3 to 4 videos a week, and this week I didn't. Last Saturday was our oldest son's birthday. He's turned 29, Billy. Sunday was our middle child, Samantha's birthday. She turned 24. And then yesterday, which was Wednesday the 17th, was our youngest daughter, Emily's, from Hey Y'all, It's Emily. She turned 23. So just in that, we call them our June bugs. In a 6-day time, we have 3 birthdays. 9 days from today, which today is June 18th, is my son-in-law's birthday, and then we get to breathe a little bit. So we call it kind of hell month because everything happens at one time, and it's a little expensive and whatever, but it's been fun. We got to spend time together. Some of Sophia and Billy actually came over the other night, even though it was cold outside, and they swim in the pool. The pool was warmer than the temperature outside. Sophia's little lips turned blue and she was chattering, and I was like, okay, it's time to go get in a warm shower. But anyway, it's been other than the excitement of the birthdays and spending time with them, this week has been a tough week for us. So last week, a week ago Monday, so it's been a week and 3 days now, my stepdad's mom, so my step-grandmother, she had Alzheimer's. She was 96 years old, and she had severe Alzheimer's. And I didn't really know her all that well, but my stepdad and I are very, very close. And my stepdad and I got even closer after my mom passed away 5 years ago. But it was his mother, and she ended up with COVID, and she passed away. So that kind of started a weird thing. And then, of course, we had the birthdays. So you have the emotions of up and down. And, she was 96 years old, almost 97, and she'd had a wonderful life. She has had, Alzheimer's for several years, severe. She didn't recognize her children. So the quality of life wasn't there, and he knew it was coming. So it was just kind of a shocker that it was COVID, related. But for me, it was more so being worried about my stepdad, and making sure he was okay and whatever. I haven't seen him yet, and he lives way out in Texas on the other side. He's in El Paso, so he's a good ways away, and I haven't seen him in a little while. We're planning on he has a travel trailer. We're planning on sometime this fall kind of meeting up together and going camping together. So that happened, and then the birthdays happened, so you had a down, then an up, and Monday, this past Monday, which was the 15th, my husband got a phone call first thing in the morning, and due to COVID, his company has downsized, and he's been with his company for almost 20 years, and he was laid off. So, of course, then you had the down and then the up, and then the emotion. It's just been an absolutely emotional roller coaster. Thankfully, we will be fine. He's there. He will be fine. We will be fine. I still have my job, and everything will be fine. It's just, 20 years, putting your life for 20 years into something is kind of a slap in the face. And so, that was Monday, and then 2 days later was Emily's birthday. And one of the things I don't think I've ever mentioned about myself is I'm kind of a high anxiety. Most times it's under control. I'm not medicated or anything like that. That's all I'm trying to say here. But I am an overthinker. I overthink absolutely everything. And sometimes my brain just will not quiet down. And yesterday, Adam and I hopped on the Vanderhall to take it up for a repair, for a recall that it had done. One of those things that, we need to do this, whatever. And I don't know if it was the noise of the interstate or whatever, but in my life, I've had a few anxiety attacks, and I had one yesterday in the Vanderhall, heading up there. And, I was the guilt of that being on my daughter's birthday, even though I wasn't with her at the time. And right after my husband was laid off from his job, then that kind of just added to me. So yesterday was tough. And when I went to bed last night, I was absolutely exhausted. It just is an absolutely draining. If any of you have ever had an anxiety, and I know that there's a difference between a panic attack and an anxiety attack. Panic attack, from what I understand, nothing fuels it. It just comes out of absolutely nowhere. And you are stricken. I mean, from what I understand, it can last 30 minutes. It can last whatever. The feelings, I think, between an anxiety attack and a panic attack are virtually the same. The feelings of dread, the feelings of, not being in control, almost like you're in a fog. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's almost... it ravishes your body. You're just exhausted. And for me, it doesn't just come and then go. It came, it knocked me on my butt yesterday. I had tears. I had, all kinds of emotions and stuff. And then I'm exhausted. And it takes me a few days to kind of shake that back off again. And I'm just being real with you guys. That's part of who I am. And one of the things that I try to do when I talk to you guys is, be honest about who I am and what, my life. And that is part of my life right now. And I've had them in the past. And in the past, it seems that there has not been anything that has triggered it. So I thought they were panic attacks. I've not seen a doctor. I'm not going to go see a doctor over this because it's not something that happens to me very often. But I mean, not there. I remember one time about 7 years ago, I was laying in bed going to sleep, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I remember looking at my husband and saying, "I love you. Please tell my children I love them," and that fear of, I don't know what's about to happen. And that one seemed to come out of nowhere. This time, has been an emotional roller coaster for the last week and a half. So I would attribute that to be an anxiety attack is what I think it was. I mean, Googling symptoms, whatever, But I feel better today. I still feel tired because everything is tense. Your whole body, your mind, everything. Your mind races, your body is tense. And it is just kind of an overwhelming feeling. And we got up there and we got the Vanderhall taken care of, and I came home and it was cold on top of it, and it started to rain a little bit. It was just kind of everything, a swirl of everything happening. It was like a perfect storm. So I came home and I made myself a bubble bath, and I relaxed and got myself cleaned up for dinner last night for Emily's birthday, which was lovely, and she looked lovely. And we went and had hibachi, and of course the guy had the mask on and everything. And I think that also is part of what's going on in my mind right now. When I'm home, which is, I'd say 98.9% of the time, when I'm home, this is a sense of normalcy for me. And the things here really haven't changed. Every time I'm out, whether I'm going to the grocery store and people are in masks and you've got the one-way aisles and one door in, one door out, or the news is on, we grabbed some lunch yesterday, and everything was about the pandemic. Everything was about what's going on in the world. And I needed to just turn it all off. I just needed to turn it all off. And so the bubble bath helped relax me some. And I don't know, I think we're all kind of overwhelmed, and I realize that this has affected every person on this planet. Unless you are living in a tribe on a deserted island where you don't let public in, the regular people of the world in, to protect yourself from things like this, which is a very small percentage of the population on this earth. the rest of us have this in common right now, of the total chaos that the world is in. And I don't think any of us are unscathed by that. I think all of us have some sort of discomfort or whatever. And sometimes, we have to find a few moments in our days where we just turn the news off. We're not looking at our Facebook feeds or our Instagram feeds, or we have to be aware of what's going on in the world, but we don't have to be on high alert every second, because our bodies can't take it. Our bodies just can't take it. And I think I have not been on the Peloton bike in a few weeks. I need to get back down there. I rode one day really hard, and I did a standing ride, and I hurt my knee, and for a couple of days I really couldn't do much, exercise wise. So I think that once Adam and I get back down in there and start, getting out some of that emotions, and, are just putting it all out down there, that will help. I definitely think I'll feel better. Also this week, with having people over at the house, Indigo tore her paw, and we ended up at the vet 2 mornings ago. I thought she had done something to her arm, her leg, and the bottom of her pad is actually torn up, and he said that it was exposing the nerves. No surgery needed or whatever. He just put her on a couple different pain medications to kind of keep her calm, and she's not allowed to do any running. And tomorrow, Jax is going in to be neutered, so that's why I haven't really been filming much. And not that I haven't been thinking about you guys, and I haven't even been watching much YouTube. I've watched a couple. I've just been in a weird headspace for a moment, and I'm getting myself out of that weird headspace. And I'm being thankful for the things that I do have. I'm thankful for that my husband is okay. That it's just a job. It's not his health, and his job was stressful. His job was high stress. And even though he worked from home, it was a very demanding job. He has his personal phone and his work phone, and that phone could go off at 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning on a Sunday. I mean, it didn't matter what time. It was a constant, whether he was getting messages, having to put out fires, I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but his stress level was progressively getting higher with that job. So what I told him is that, when one door closes, another door opens, and we don't know what door that will be yet. And, we're actually thinking about just doing something, the two of us, maybe he doesn't go back into the corporate rat race. And he and I together are really good. We have made magic happen in the 9.5 years that we've been together. And just, I don't know. I think that maybe we don't know. And I think part of the stress is the unknown of not knowing what we're going to do next. I know he's going to take a few weeks and just kind of decompress, because you don't want to do anything based on emotion. You don't want to take a new position with a job or whatever based on emotion or fear. Thankfully, we're in a position where he can take a break and decompress and decide what he wants to do. Does he want to get back in the corporate world? Does he want to be back in that crazy rat race, high stress? Or do we want to find another avenue? So in preparation for certain things like that, I'm going to reduce the boxes that I'm gonna start reducing the things that I purchase, and I know that a lot of you think that I buy too much, and I probably do, but for I wasn't living outside of my means by any means, okay? But I also know how to cut back, and that's what I'm going to do right now. And that's just what I feel like what I can contribute in addition to my job right now. So that's what we're going to do. And we are going to spend a little time in the RV. I know that at some point we're going to go take the RV out of the state for the first time. We're going to head to Mississippi and see his parents, probably for a week. I don't know when that will be yet. It'll be before the end of summer. I know that we're going to go RVing with my stepdad and his girlfriend sometime this fall. And, we've got some fun plans. I mean, all the made plans, all the concerts and stuff that we had purchased tickets to for this summer obviously got canceled. In my last video, my 3,000 subscriber video, I was asking what you guys were planning to do with your summer. And we had plans that got canceled, and we're all just kind of having to change things up a little bit, and this has affected everybody in some way, whether it's you can't eat at your favorite restaurant, or you've lost your job, or you've lost a family member, or, it's all different levels of, and I think I've said this once before, but I heard it from another YouTuber, that a lot of, you hear on the news all the time that we are all in the same, we're all in this together, but we are all in different vessels. We can all weather our storms in different vessels, and we just need to be aware of that for each other and realize that each person has their own struggle, and this is my struggle. And I thought, since, you guys are a part of my life, you're a part of what I was doing, what I do every day, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about this. I talked to my husband about it and said, I'm not really sure how to talk about what we're going through right now. But I didn't not want to, and I didn't, I do have a few things that I want to film, but because my headspace is in a weird space right now, I felt like I needed to do this first. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I needed to clear the air, or clear my head, so that I can move forward. So, and continue to do the types of things that I want to film and do. So, a lot of people have responded to that same video and what you're doing this time. They're like, well, I'm kind of a homebody anyway. We're going to be hanging out in the yard, doing gardening, and I'm doing the same things, and even though last week I got sunburnt, this week I haven't even been able to be in the pool because it's been so stinking cold outside, but it's supposed to get 90 again this weekend. So, in Georgia, we have a saying, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. And in this case, it's been a couple of days, but we're supposed to have a beautiful weekend this weekend. And it's Father's Day weekend, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and the people who are a father to somebody in some capacity. You don't have to actually be a biological dad to have a Father's Day, to the stepdads, to the father figures, to all those people out there. Happy Father's Day. We're going to have a nice, enjoyable weekend this weekend. The following weekend is my son-in-law's birthday. We're going to go over to their house and do a cookout, and he will be 24. My son-in-law will be 24. This one, I'm the one who keeps in track of all the ages and the birthdays around our house. So, but that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Just make a quick video just to let you know what's going on, why I haven't been filming, why you haven't seen a lot of videos from me this week. And I don't know when I'll put this video up. I might put this video up this week. It's Thursday. Maybe I'll go ahead and edit this and put it up this week, so you guys can see where I'm at and what's going on with me, and we'll go back to regularly scheduled programming here in the next week or so. I will still be doing some unboxings. I just won't do them as often. I'm just going to be more aware. I'm going to be more aware. So, and I want to spend some time with my husband and help him decompress. He put almost 20 years of his life into this company, and they had made some changes within the company in the past year, but this COVID thing just, I guess knocked everybody for a loop. And there was, in total of his company, I think there were 150 people laid off on Monday morning. So 150 people from the exact same company all got that same Monday morning news, and there's a lot of emotions that go along with that. And he's fine. He obviously he has emotions. He's human. He's made a lot of relationships over that period of time too. So I think that's more where his head is that the people that he cares about, that he's worked with, that he's known for so long, so before he's known me. A lot of those people he knew before me, And I think that it's just, oh, there's a bird. He literally just flew right here. I don't know if you saw him or not. But it's going to take him some time. And now I have a bee. Hello, buddy. What you doing? Can we not play here? But I think it's just going to take some time for him to kind of, his feelings about everything to kind of even out and decide in what direction he wants to go. And I'm glad that this isn't some kind of a rush thing that he has to figure it out right now. There's no panic involved in it. And it's just, it is life-changing. And, oh, geez. Do you see him? He's sitting, there's a bee sitting, a wasp sitting right here. Yeah. Anyway, that's what happens when you're outside, right? But at least it's pretty today. And You know, my husband wants a meatloaf. I'm going to make him a meatloaf tonight. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope that you guys are finding happy in your day. We are still finding happy in our days, and we'll figure it out, right? We're going to figure it out. So I have had my glasses on this whole time. Sorry. I actually did my makeup, but this is yesterday's hair. All right, guys. I hope you guys will give this video a thumbs up. I know this was like a weird, you know, like out of the blue thing, but for me to continue forward on the path, you know, there will be a little bit of changes here in my YouTube channel. There won't be as many unboxes, but maybe more vloggings, maybe more, you know, the other day I posted a picture on my Instagram of the blueberries that I picked from my yard. And then I came in and I made a no-bake blueberry pie that it was unbelievably good. And of course, I could have shared that with you guys and I didn't, you know, but my son, I made it on his at his birthday party, and it got gone in like a day. So it was really good. So the next time I get enough blueberries off my bushes, I'll make another one and I'll share that with you. That I can just let me know what types of things you guys would like me to do. I do get some ideas. You know, I know somebody had asked me, I'm sorry, it's bright. Somebody had asked me how my weight loss journey is going and my health. We are still eating pretty darn good. We start every single morning with Daily Harvest. We have taken a week off from Freshly. We're kind of going every other week on Freshly because we've been with our family members and stuff, and the stuff is fresh. It's not frozen, so you don't want to put it in the freezer. And so we are eating that, and I still love it. I love the fact that it's healthy, it's pre-portioned, your calories are right there on the container. But we can't do that every single night, but we can start every single morning with a smoothie. I have not been working out as much, but I've been outside a lot doing yard work and swimming and a whole, you know, camping and stuff, and I can't take a Peloton with me on the RV. So I am up 1 pound through this COVID, and I'll take the 1 pound, and I think that's just, you know, kind of time of the month type of thing too. So, but I'm maintaining, being conscious about what I eat. For lunches, it's usually like a sandwich of some sort or whatever. I try not to eat too much bread. Yeah, I try not to eat too much bread. I really don't eat any like refined sugars. But I mean, yesterday I had a pork chop for lunch, a grilled pork chop with some black-eyed peas and a side of rice, but the rice wasn't very good. So I didn't eat all the white. It was just white rice. It was a country lunch. So, but that's pretty much. I try to just think about what I'm eating, and if it is something that I shouldn't be eating, I try not to eat too much of it. So, but that's about it for now. I'm gonna let you go for this video, and like I said, I do have a few things I need to film. One of them is about some flip-flops. I want to show you some flip-flops that didn't last a whole season and which ones I love and replace. So I hope you guys are having a happy day. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. And I hope you'll come back and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.